Coming up on this episode of Winning Bets, it's Monday Sumday, and I've got one bet for you today. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. It's Monday Sumday, and we're going to have a lot of fun on today's episode. Man, at times last week, we were absolutely on fire. So let's go ahead and sum it up on here on Monday Sumday. We went 15-8-1. That's right, we got one push due to a Toronto versus DC United game that was postponed due to the coronavirus. But so we went 15-8. And we had $520 of profit. Man, like I said, we are on fire. Man, if you guys recall, also this $520 week comes on the heels of the $360 week 2 weeks ago. So we are just in a good groove right now. I'm putting plenty of money in your pockets right now, and that's what I love. And don't forget, guys, those dollar figures, $520 of profit last week, that's on the basis of a $100 better. So, regardless of what you do, in terms of your unit sizes, if it's more or less than $100, that basically means you were up 5.2 units, though, on last week. So just a really good, awesome week. Last week was powered at times. Last week we had a 4-0 win streak. And then another time last week, we had a 7-0 win streak. So like I said, just with those two win streaks, we were just absolutely on fire. If you guys recall, if we go through the week, on Tuesday, we went 3-0. We had a win in the KBO. We had two Premier League wins. One of those wins was using my soccer system. On Wednesday, we also cashed my soccer system in the West Ham Burnley game. So 2 times last week, soccer system was profitable, as it always is. That thing wins at an 84% success rate. On Thursday, we hit a Manchester City and Manchester United parlay. We also hit a Manchester United Porto parlay, so those were a good day on Thursday. Friday, we went 5-0. If you guys recall, we went 4-0 in the KBO on Friday morning. And then we also hit one MLS under. That was the trend where we've been seeing that the under's been cashing on these first round of games of play coming out of a stoppage of play. So we cashed one in the MLS games. Saturday, we carried the winning ways on into the West Ham. That was a money line, easy win over Norwich. We also hit a Manchester City Barcelona parlay. And then on Sunday night, we ended it with cashing another one of the soccer unders in the MLS. As now that trend, we've now successfully used that trend and made it to a winning percentage of 9-2. So just a really good job of us of identifying a trend and cashing and putting money in our pockets. As always, we did have 8 losses, like I said. So we had, what were some of those setbacks? Man, very ugly. Tottenham lost to Bournemouth, which was even more frustrating because if you guys recall, if you were hanging out with me on YouTube Live when we did the second half sweat there, I was talking about how Harry Kane should have had a first half penalty. Of course, the Premier League came out several hours later saying, yeah, we admit it. We did not award Tottenham a penalty when we should have given them a penalty. So that was frustrating because that would have been a typical Jose Mourinho win. You go up 1-0, the opposition then has to open up, play a little bit more open, and Tottenham's probably likely going to get a second one with more gaps in the defense there to spread the ball around. They probably went 2-0, but so that was a bad beat given that the fact that the league and VAR once again screwed us there. We also had Wolves. They were unable to beat Sheffield. That happens. We also, while we successfully bet Barcelona and Sevilla money line, we also parlayed that though with the over 1.5. And in midweek, each of those clubs only won 1-0, so we suffered a loss there. And then we had another bad beat. We also did just a straight bet with Inter Milan. They were up 2-1, but unfortunately in the 86th minute they gave up a goal, so they drew that game 2-2. So those were some of our losses that were more of the sting variety that hurt. But like I said, guys, just another solid week, 15-8, putting $520 in your pockets. That was on the heels of 2 weeks ago putting $360 in your pocket. So we're just going to keep continuing those winning ways, and let's go ahead and get a bet in for this afternoon. It's going to be a parlay. The first team in the parlay, we've got Manchester United playing Southampton. Look, we talked about Manchester United a couple times last week because we rode them to a couple parlay wins. They're just on fire. I mean, the front three is absolutely just scoring at just a really high clip right now with Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood. We've talked about how Bruno and Pogba are really good midfield balance with Matic sitting behind them, holding it down. They've, clean sheets, I think 3 out of their last 4 games now. Just Manchester United is absolutely flying high, so certainly they're one team in the parlay. And then the other team in the parlay, we have to go to the Serie A. Inter's playing Torino. Look, we know Inter's still, in 4th place. They're fighting for the Champions League spot. So that should certainly give them motivation. I do like, even though that we got burned by Inter, last week. I just mentioned it due to that 2-2 draw, giving up that late goal in the 86th minute. I like catching teams coming off a loss. I think they're motivated. I think they'll be hungry. And, like I said, they're fighting for Champions League. Torino, on the other hand, they're in 16th place. They're barely scoring a 1 goal a game. They've only got 34 goals in 31 games, so they're not doing much on the offensive side. And they have a goal differential of -20. So certainly a game that Inter should be able to take care of, and they should be able to win. So that's our parlay. We're going to do Manchester United, parlay them with Inter Milan, and those odds come in at -124. And those games starts today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, as always, go ahead and look for me on Twitter this evening, and always, really, just so we can talk and hang out. I love interacting with you guys. But in terms of betting, you guys know I always tweet in the evenings KBO bets due to when those odds come out. We'll probably get in some KBO action on Tuesday morning. And also, if this parlay hits that we've got going on here between Manchester United and Inter, there are 2 MLS games. Look, I told you that trend that we've been riding is 9-2. So if we go ahead and hit that parlay, I'll probably decide between one of those 2 games and go ahead and tweet that out on Twitter. So look for that. It's at WinningBetsPod. That's at WinningBetsPod. So like I said, go ahead, make sure you're following me there so you can get those 2 tweets on the KBO and a possible MLS bet. And then also like just hanging out with you guys. As for maybe coming back here next time on YouTube, well, the soccer parlay there, that game should be wrapping up, about maybe 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time where I'm at here. So if you've got a sweat in that Manchester United game, hop on YouTube and enjoy it. But I'm wearing the jersey. My boys are up. It's game day. They're on fire. So hopefully it's not a sweat. But if there is, maybe we'll jump on there regardless, though, and hang out with you guys. I like just kind of watching the last 10 or so minutes of the game unfold with you guys. But either way, we'll be back. I'll see you guys soon here on YouTube. We'll be placing some more winning bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.